Guys, my name is Ryan McMorris. We're going over the top 2 reasons that people fail in entrepreneurship, online marketing, network marketing, whatever. It doesn't matter. Why do people fail? Okay, so I came up with these 2 reasons because these are the 2 reasons that I've just kind of seen and experienced my entire career, which is not a long career, but I feel like it's a long career. It's not. But these are the top 3 reasons that people fail. Okay, now neither one of these is more important than the other. I just feel like they coincide with each other. Okay, so is that a honey badger on your shoulder? Let them know what the honey badger is about. Everyone, I can't explain it. Everybody, let them know what the honey badger is about. Namaste. All right, so the number 1 reason that I feel like people fail in entrepreneurship is very, very simple. People just don't do the work. Okay, people just don't do the work. And what I mean by that is, if you look at people, a good friend of mine, Ray Higdon, dude is an 8-figure earner now. Did over $10 million in the last few years. Okay, that guy did some major work. I mean, I heard Todd Falcone say, if you follow Ray Higdon around for an entire day, you would be exhausted. You know, if you followed me around for a day, like, you'd be exhausted. Like, if you come hang out with me and it's a work day, we're working. You know, I heard Justice Egan, he was hanging out at Tanya Eliza's house for 3 weeks. And, I just overheard him, and he was just talking about, man, when they work, they work. Now, there's days where, they're done, they don't do anything, they just chill, they're at the beach, all that good stuff, right? But when they work, they work. And the number 1 reason that I think people fail is they just don't do the work. And sometimes people just don't know what the work is. Or are they lying to themselves, being like, oh yeah, this is easy. Like, my upline said it was easy work. So, like, I don't have to do any work, right? Just because it says work from home doesn't mean it actually have to work at home. It's like, they didn't really mean the word work, right? They didn't mean it. They just said work from home, but they don't mean I gotta really, like, do some work from home, right? They didn't mean that. That word didn't show up, right? I don't have to do that word. So I just said from home, hang out at home, and I'll get it done. But think about the stuff you don't see. That's the stuff that I want to really think about. Think about the stuff that you don't see. When you see a person like Ray, I've heard Ray's stories where, he's read literally like every book on the planet. He's probably gone. I mean, I look at all the webinars inside of MLSP, and it's like, you see the people and they've actually watched like the majority of those webinars. So they've done the work. You don't see the meetings that they've done. I heard a story from Ray about how he did a meeting for a lady, and her husband didn't like that she was in the company. So he invited all his friends over to get hammered, and they were making margaritas and just pretty much making fun of him the entire time that he was doing the presentation. So you don't see that kind of stuff where he ended up signing up 2 people that night, right? You don't see the kind of stuff where most people would have crumbled in that situation, and he goes out and crushes it in that situation. You don't see the work where people are doing the hotel meetings and, they're getting heckled and they're getting told no. You don't see the thousands of people that have told me no, or you don't see the tens of thousands of people that have told, like, Cesar Rodriguez no. He's prospected over 22,000 people. So you don't see all that stuff. So what's the stuff that you don't see? And then start thinking about the work that you got to do. Because think about what's normal, guys. There's people out there that have success, and they get quick success in entrepreneurship or network marketing. Stop looking at that and celebrating it to the point where it's like, oh my God, like, he just hit double, triple backflip, super commander diamond in less than like 2 weeks. That's not normal. Okay, those people are the minority. We got to stop looking at them as being like the awesomeness. I mean, it's great that they do it, right? But the normal is actually putting in the work. The normal is actually, like, going through the process and understanding that there is criticism and there are obstacles. And in order to earn what top earners earn, you have to become who top earners are. And top earners work. Top earners train. Top earners put in the work. They do, like, all the stuff is not documented, but all the stuff you don't see. That's the thing that is jolting someone to the top. All the stuff you don't see. You know, back when I date myself. Oh God, I'm getting old. Oh my God, I'm almost 30. I remember back when I was a freshman in college, and I would always stay after practice to do some extra work. And and people would always wonder why I would do that. And then after a while, like after I won a Gold Glove my freshman year, after I won a Gold Glove my sophomore year, my junior year, and my senior year in college, it finally hit me that to earn that stuff, that's where the work came. Like it wasn't the work that I did at practice that got me 4 consecutive Gold Gloves. It was the work that I did after practice. It was the shit that the coaches didn't see. It was the shit that not everybody saw, right? It was the shit that when my roommates were back in our apartment playing Halo and Call of Duty, I was, you know, running into a wall or just working on something little, perfecting it, right? You know, that's the little stuff that nobody sees that gets you paid. It's those things. So are you willing to do the work, the serious work? That's the thing. If you can ask yourself, if you can answer that honestly to yourself, because every step you go, there's a little more work. There is. So are you willing to do the work? That's the number one reason people fail. The number 2 reason, okay, that people fail, and I think it leads into this, is once you commit to doing the work, once you actually commit to doing the work, and if you got value from that, click the share button, share it. Share it. If you got value, only if you got value. Only if you got value. We never ask to share the wealth or share the value if people don't get it. All right. But it leads me to my next one. The number 2 reason that people fail is if you actually do the work, if you actually do the work, you're going to have a target on your back. And most people don't want to have a target on their back. Most people want to ride that wave to success and never try to get pulled down. Everyone knows the crab story, right? If you try to shoot to the top, everyone's going to try to shoot you down. So people just don't want a target on their back. You know, people don't want to be criticized. People don't want to be made fun of. People don't want to be the celebrity. People don't want to really have a target on their back. So they subconsciously put themselves in places where they don't want to be criticized. Okay. And guess what? You'll never become what you despise. If you despise, if you make fun, if you're that person that like makes fun of people for being rich, if you're the person that makes fun of people for being on top or makes fun of people for doing the work, or you know, you're the type of person that says, oh, well, that person just had success because, you know, they had this or this. And if I had that, I'd be successful. No, if you're that person, then you'll never become what you despise. If you think that rich people are greedy or snobs, you'll never get rich, because your brain is meant to keep you safe. Your brain is meant to keep you alive. Your brain is there to keep you in your comfort zone so you don't get hurt. So if you feel like you're going to get hurt physically, emotionally, spiritually by becoming successful or having that target on your back or having the money or having the car or the house, you'll never become that person. You know, like when you like people say, like, you know, having material things is a bad thing. I think having material things is great. I think it's awesome. Why? Because if you truly understand why having material things is important, then you would actually go get them. See, there's one thing to have material things. It's another thing to understand why you need those things. And I'm gonna explain this. So I can go out and I can go buy a Benz, right? But if I just go buy the Benz and I stop there, it doesn't do anybody any good. But if I go out there, buy the Benz, and become the person that deserves it, that Benz could get hit today. But because of the person I became, I could go out there and get another one without the frustration, without the heartache, without the pain, and I could go do it again. So it's not really it's not really about the material things. It's about who you become in order to actually attain those things. And to attain those things in the true meaning of it, to really become, you're going to have a target on your back. So so what's the solution? All right, what's the solution? You've got to get around more people that have those things. You got to get around more people that are thinking on a higher level, right? Because what's your brain supposed to do? Keep you alive, right? Your brain's supposed to keep you alive. Your brain is also meant to keep you adapting to your environment. So if you are around people that are generating leads, they're building a business, they're thinking on a higher level, they are becoming better. Even if you're not that person yet, if you hang around them more, your brain has to adapt. You have to adapt to your environment. So guess what is going to force you to do? It's going to force you to think on a higher level. It's going to force you to read the books. It's going to force you to show up to the webinar. It's going to force you to get outside your comfort zone. It's going to force you to do the things to become the person, right? If you're sitting around driving this like messed up hoopty and you're constantly hanging around people that show up in Teslas and Bentleys and Mercedes and 750s or Genesis. Maybe I need to get a new car since I can't say Genesis. Anyway, if you're constantly around those people and you keep showing up in that hoopty, your brain is going to be like, I can't keep showing up in this shit, right? So then you're going to start thinking of ways like, okay, how do I got to think? What do I got to do? What kind of work do I have to do? What target do I need to have on my back in order to get the shit out of my driveway and pull up in something real? And it may take you 3 or 5 years, okay? But it's gonna push you there. All right, so that one got a little real. I didn't get as like funny. Everybody's like, oh my god, like I thought this was gonna be fun. I can't even have fun. I'm on my lunch break. All right, I can't even have fun, and then you got deep on me. Now I feel all emotional with my salad. I cried in my salad. Thanks, Ryan. I just cried in my salad. Thank you for helping me cry on my salad. This was a question I got last night. If you got value from that, obviously go ahead and share it. I spent a lot of time on that. I'm like, okay, 15 minutes in, go. Still got time. Next question. Hey, and obviously, if you have questions for me, feel free to interact because this is lunch money, right? This is for you. It's not for me. It's for you. All right, I do this for you, even though I'm answering your questions. If you do have questions and we have time to answer your questions, I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Feel free to always shoot me an inbox with your questions, and I will answer them on Lunch Money. YouTubers. All right, so next one was, how can I convince people to invest themselves? This is a question I got last night, and I figured it would be really cool to share with everybody, right? I figured it would be cool to share with everybody and not just share it with a few people that were on our webinar last night. Let's share it with like hundreds of people, okay? So how can I convince people to invest in themselves, or that they have to invest in themselves? That was a question. Guess what? Nobody has to invest in shit. Nobody has to invest. The big question was, how can I invest? How can I convince people that they have to invest in themselves to make money? And the big answer to that question is you don't have to do anything. The only things that we have to do are die. Like that's the only thing that we truly have to do, right? We didn't have to be born. We have to die, at least physically, at some point, right? We have to breathe oxygen, or we really don't have to. There's things that you think we have to do, but we really don't have to do. So, do you have to invest in your business, in yourself, to make money? No. So we need to stop convincing people that they have to do anything. Okay. And then we just got to start helping people navigate to a place where they want to be. So you got to ask questions, like ask them where they want to be, and understand that people don't have to do anything. I don't have to go to work. You don't have to go to work, right? I don't have to put gas in my car. I don't have to drink water. I don't have to eat, right? We do those things because we want a certain result, okay? So it looks like Kamani got a small loan for $2,000. Perfect, dude. That's awesome. I'm grateful that you have a loan for $2 million. Awesome. So anyway, so what we're talking about is not having to convince people, right? We don't want to convince people. Nobody wants to be convinced, okay? I don't want you to convince, and I'm not trying to convince you that you should stop convincing people, right? So what I want you to do is start navigating, start asking better questions, and start helping people come to their own decisions and own conclusions. All right? You got to help people get there. So ask them, hey, listen, where do you want to be? How can I help you get there? And what's that worth to you? Okay? If you spell out everything they're going to get, right? If they say, I want to own a house, I want a new car, I want to do this, spell that out for them. Cool. If I can help you get that, would you be open to letting me show you how? They're going to say yes. Okay? Ask them how it would make them feel. They're going to say it would make them feel phenomenal. And then ask them what it's worth to them. Say, hey, if you had to put a money value on that, what would it be? What would it be if you had to put a dollar amount on that? And what would it be? And let them answer. Let them think. If they're quiet, let them think. And they'll give you that monetary value. And a lot of times they don't even know how much your offer is, and they'll say, man, that's priceless to me. Okay, cool, it's priceless. But how much if you had to pay it today, and that was the result that you would get in 12 months, what price would you put on it? Most of the time, they'll give you a number that's over what your offer is. And then you'll say, so if joining so-and-so was $500, then you would do it today, right? Okay. And you say, hey, if it was $500, you would do it today because you knew you would get that result in 12 to 18 months. Is that worth it to you? And they're going to say, hell yeah, that's worth it to me. Perfect. You don't even have to pay $500 today because it's only $200. Let's get you started. Okay, so that answered your question. You got your nugget. Next question was, how many businesses is too many? So I get this question a lot, and sometimes I get this situation a lot, and people are like, they don't even know. They're doing like all these businesses, and like they think it's really helping. You got to start focusing, people. Focus. Do less with more focus. Do less with more focus. They're like, yeah, but I need multiple streams of income, bro. I need it. Multiple streams. Ask anybody that has like true multiple streams of income, like multiple like full-time incomes that are in different avenues. Ask them if they got in all of them at one freaking time. No shot, right? You build and you add things. You add things. Do less with more focus. Do less with more focus. Concentrate on one thing and master it. Master it. And then you'll become an expert. And it'll become natural. And think about this. You know, I talk about becoming. And I'll end it on this one because I think I'm out of time. Almost like, oh, shit, we got like 10 minutes left. What? Say, man, I've been moving today. So think about this. I want you to think about this. If you're not the person that you want to be yet, chances are you're not the person that can handle truly multiple streams of income yet. Because if I'm talking to Lisa Torres and she has 12 streams of income, you know, Lisa Torres has been through a lot. Lisa Torres is been in this thing a long time, right? She's probably been through some things that I haven't been through. So in order for me to get on that level, there's probably going to be some things that I have to go through in order to actually be the person that can actually sustain, you know, truly 12 streams of income, right? So as I build those things, I have to ask myself, am I becoming the person that can sustain 3 streams of solid income, right? Can I truly build it? Okay, because it takes time to build it. It takes skill and it takes a lot of concentration, right? So where am I at? Am I the person that can only build one thing, right? I've seen people build, I've seen Aaron Parker, love the guy to death, you know, just went straight focus in SBC, right? And he's the top earner in like 3 months. Why? Not because his brain was scattered looking all over the place. It's because he went straight into it and absolutely crushed it. Okay? So ask yourself, you've got to become the person that can truly sustain, you know, 12 streams of income. So my advice is master one thing. Okay, I've done it before. I thought that like I could do 2 things at once. You truly have to become a top level marketer to do some certain things like that. Even then, you know, you've got to always have like that main thing that you're focused on. And you got to stay with it. You got to focus. Okay, so that's it. I do have some time. It looks like about 8 minutes left. for some questions. So if you got questions, if you've got some things that you want to ask, or maybe I didn't get to your question today, maybe you sent something to me and I didn't get to your question, pop it in the comment section. There is a webinar tonight, big webinar tonight. CEO of MLSP, my good friend, Brian Finale, is hosting a webinar tonight. We just came off a phenomenal event. Live the Dream in Austin, Texas. It was absolutely phenomenal. One of my biggest takeaways from that event was the fact that I literally saw about 600 people that were all in different companies, there for the same thing. They're just to grow their businesses. I kind of going into it, I thought that there was going to be a lot more people that were there that were like MLSP affiliates and, wanted to make money in MLSP and all that kind of stuff. And it really was the complete opposite. Out of all 600 people, there's probably like 100, maybe 150 there that were truly there to maximize, an income stream of MLSP, but most weren't. Most were just there to use the information, get around some, some high quality, like-minded people. I watched people that were a higher rank than I was inside of the platform, making like 2-3 times as much money as me. So that really opened my eyes, because to me, it's like a lot of people say, well, I don't want to do MLSP because it's going to take away focus from my primary. I literally just witnessed some of the top earners in our industry that I'm ranked higher than in MLSP that are crushing their primary businesses, absolutely crushing it. So there's no reason to think that. Less than 10% of the room was actually there to crush it in MLSP, right? Less than 10% of the room. So it was amazing to me to see a bunch of business owners, a bunch of marketers, a bunch of just hungry entrepreneurs and home business owners, traditional business owners, really just come together, and they're just there to get better. They're there to get better each and every day. That was absolutely amazing to me. That was probably one of my biggest takeaways from it, was that you don't have to be in a particular network marketing company. You don't even have to promote MLSP, or really, you do whatever you want, and you can have success and you can crush it. But being a part of the community was just about creating leaders. Creating leaders in a sense that if you hang around in this community long enough, you become a leader. And if you do the things that they say to do in the community and not fight it, so many people fight it because they think that, oh, well, I got to do it this way. My upline's telling me to do it this way. My upline's telling me to do it this way. Or my boss is telling me to do it this way. Or so-and-so is telling me to do it this way. Guys, there's a formula to success, and these people figured it out. I'm telling you, they figured it out. And it's that level of success where it's true happiness. Like, some people can go on and have success, and then they're making the money that they want to make, but they're truly not happy. And what I saw this weekend was not only people that are creating just unreal amounts of success in their businesses, but they are happy. Like, I'm telling you, these are people with, you can just get around people that have, Dr. Joe was talking about people's 2 levels of energy that they have. And I'm talking like it's full. It's absolutely full. That kind of stuff is the stuff that you could be around for like 4 days, and it lasts you the rest of the year until the next event, or it lasts you just long enough to make it to Vegas and hit up Eric Worre and Tony Robbins and Russell Branson's event in Vegas, Network Marketing Pro. That's the kind of stuff you got to get around. So they're recapping that tonight. That's going to be 9:00 p.m. tonight. You definitely want to get there. I literally watched lives change. I felt like I watched my own life change from like a surreal experience. I was able to share this experience with some pretty amazing people that mean a lot to me. And, it's truly home, it's truly family. As I go out and I build my business, as I go out and I build me, Ryan, and my social media company, MLSP will always be home to me. Those guys I owe them everything, and I can't wait to just give more and more back to that community, because they've literally changed not just but what I've learned in this community is going to shape the generations of my family to come. You know, I literally know now that when I'm gone, there's going to be generational wealth. Even if I'm not the one to hit, you know, multimillionaire statuses, I know that it's the foundation that I learned that I could teach my son to pass on to his kids that is going to eventually create that family wealth. And that'll never change. You can't take that away, even after I'm gone, and you can't take that away. And that's as deep as it can get. But it all started with, you know, MLSP, and it's crazy. So shout out to Brian, Norbert, Ray Higdon, Todd Falcone, man, Rob for all the nuggets, man. Everybody, if I didn't name your name, obviously I can't name everybody. But truly, absolutely amazing. I'm just so grateful to be a part of it, and to see what's to come. I just can't wait till we get together again. I mean, it's just, oh man, it's amazing. So shouts out to the MLSP community. You guys are doing it right. There's an absolute reason that that so many people come through here. I'm so grateful to earn this Honey Badger Award. It's literally like a fraternity of some of the best leaders on the planet. So big thanks to all the other Honey Badgers out there. God bless. Remember, hop on tonight's webinar tonight. All right, my friends. Go to RyanMcMorris.com if you want more free training. You can always go to RyanMcMorris.com or just type in Ryan McMorris at YouTube, okay? And just go to my YouTube channel. Plenty of stuff there you can take a look at, all right? I will be on that webinar tonight, my friends. If you got value from this message, feel free to tag any of your friends or your teammates. Share this post if you got value. I'd greatly appreciate it, my friends. And again, I will be back tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern. Shoot me your questions. I'll give you some answers and some action steps that you can take. And go out there, do the work. All right, go out there and do the work. Just do it. Just go out there and outwork somebody. Outwork yesterday. That's what I want you to do today. Go out there and outwork yesterday. And how are you going to know if you outworked yesterday? You should be tracking it. You should have a track. You should have yesterday's tracking sheet, and you should outwork that tracking sheet. Okay? If you don't have your tracking sheet from yesterday, then there's no way that you can really truly know if you outworked yourself yesterday. So I want you to outwork yesterday. And I promise if you do that, if you outwork yesterday, then there's no way that you can't, you know, have the things that you have. That you want. There's no way that you can't live your dream. Okay? There's no way that you won't walk the stage in your next company event. The only way to fail is to quit after you've been outworking yesterday. And there's no way you should quit if you continue to outwork your yesterday. Okay? So I'm out of here, my friends. I'll see you guys tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you don't hop on tonight, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lunch Money. Make sure to share this message, and I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Hop over to RyanMcMorris.com for more free stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow. YouTubers, my friends, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Click the link below in the description, and it'll head over and show you some cool stuff. Hop over to RyanMcMorris.com or hop on MLMvalue.com to see what top earners are doing to earn the Honey Badger status, and you'll see what they're doing to build. If they're making 6 figures online, then they're doing these steps. I've been a testament to it. So hop on, click the link, get some value from it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.